Welcome to another episode of the Divorce Lawyers podcast, brought to you by DivorceLawyers.ca, Ontario's trusted family and divorce law firm. This podcast is your go-to resource for in-depth discussions on the legal aspects of family and divorce law in Ontario. Whether you're considering marriage, facing separation, or anything in between, we've got you covered with expert insights and practical advice. I'm Deepa Taylor. Today's topic is one that challenges traditional ideas about relationships. Living separately while in a relationship, legal insights. We'll be diving into what it means to be in a committed relationship while maintaining separate residences, and the legal implications of such an arrangement here in Ontario. This concept, often referred to as living apart together or LAT relationships, is becoming increasingly common, not just globally, but right here in Canada. Statistics show that nearly 13% of adults in Canada are in these kinds of relationships. But what does it mean from a legal standpoint? Can you be considered common law partners if you don't live together? And what are the potential legal obligations that could arise from such a relationship? Let's break it down. So, what exactly is a LAT relationship? In simple terms, it's a committed relationship where the partners choose to live separately. This could be for a variety of reasons. Perhaps one partner values their independence, or maybe they both have established homes and careers that make cohabitation less practical. These relationships can be just as committed and intimate as those where partners share a home, but they come with their own set of unique challenges, particularly when it comes to legal recognition. Traditionally, when we think of common law relationships, the assumption is that the couple must live together. However, recent case law in Ontario has challenged this notion. The courts have begun to recognize that a couple can be in a common law relationship even if they maintain separate residences, provided they meet other criteria that indicate a spousal relationship. These criteria might include financial interdependence, the sharing of daily tasks, or even spending significant time together in each other's homes. Now let's talk about the legal implications. You might wonder, if you're living separately, does that mean you're free from the obligations that usually come with a common law relationship? The answer isn't as straightforward as you might hope. One of the most significant legal aspects of any long-term relationship is the potential obligation to pay spousal support. Even if you're living in separate homes, if your relationship meets the criteria for a common law partnership, such as having been together for 3 years or more, you could still be on the hook for spousal support if the relationship ends. This can come as a surprise to many who assume that living apart would shield them from such responsibilities. In Ontario, the law looks at more than just where you live. The courts will consider factors such as the duration of the relationship, whether you present yourselves as a couple to the outside world, and whether there is financial interdependence. For instance, if one partner regularly contributes to the other's living expenses, pays for vacations, or covers significant bills, this could be seen as evidence of a common law relationship, regardless of whether you live together. So, how can you protect yourself if you're in a LAT relationship? The best approach is to have an open and honest conversation with your partner about your expectations and the legal implications of your relationship. If you're not ready to move in together but want to avoid potential legal entanglements, consider drafting a cohabitation agreement or a domestic contract. This agreement can outline the terms of your relationship, including financial arrangements, and can specify that neither party will be responsible for spousal support if the relationship ends. It's also important to keep finances separate if you want to avoid the appearance of financial interdependence. For example, if you go on vacation together, consider splitting the costs equally. If you're gifting your partner something significant, make it clear that it's a gift, not a regular contribution to their living expenses. To illustrate the complexities of LAT relationships, let's discuss a real-life case that made headlines a few years ago. In 2020, an Ontario court ruled on a case where a couple had been in a relationship for 14 years, but maintained separate residences throughout. Despite this, the court determined that they were in a common law relationship, largely because of their financial interdependence and the fact that they presented themselves as a couple publicly. The man in the relationship argued that because they never lived together, they shouldn't be considered common law partners. However, the court disagreed, pointing to the significant financial support he provided to his partner and their regular vacations and time spent together. As a result, he was ordered to pay spousal support, a decision that surprised many and highlighted just how nuanced and unpredictable family law can be. This case serves as a cautionary tale for anyone in a LAT relationship. Even if you think you're safeguarding your independence by living apart, the law might see things differently, especially if there is a financial connection or if you have a long-standing relationship. Living separately while in a relationship can offer many benefits, from maintaining personal space to preserving financial independence. However, it's crucial to be aware of the legal risks and take steps to protect yourself. If you're in a LAT relationship, consider consulting with a family lawyer to discuss your situation and explore options like a cohabitation agreement. Remember, the law in Ontario is evolving, and what might not have been considered a common law relationship in the past could now be recognized as one, with all the legal obligations that come with it. As always, this podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. If you have specific questions about your situation, please consult a qualified family lawyer. At DivorceLawyers.ca, we specialize in navigating the complexities of family and divorce law in Ontario, and we're here to help you every step of the way. Thank you for joining us on the Divorce Lawyers podcast. If you found today's episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. You can also visit our website at DivorceLawyers.ca for more resources and to book a consultation. Until next time, take care. And remember, knowledge is power when it comes to protecting your rights in a relationship.